Hey guys, this is John, and I'm playing Test Viking, a 2391. And what are we going to get? We might get a Benoni type position? Nope. Looks like some weird English sort of game. Should I take over the center somehow? I don't know. Let's just go knight f6. Normal move. h5 is also tempting. Let's castle. Let's go here. So we have an Englishy position. I'll attack his pawn here, since it's not easy for him to defend that. Go rook c8, maybe. This knight is misplaced on b3. Plays bishop g5. I like my position. I should do something with this, so I'll take. Don't think I could avoid that exchange for much longer. Let's just stick this guy in e5. He has the bishops, but I have good development, good control over the c-file. My knight jumping into c4 is a constant annoyance for him. I think queen b6 should be smart. If I can post this queen on a6, that would support a potential knight c4, and his queenside pawns will be under observation by my queen from a6 and also my knight from c4 hitting b2. Another game where he had a pinning knight or a pinning bishop on g5, or attacking bishop on g5, and a fianchetto on the same side of the board. I think he's trying to put his bishop on d4, is his idea. I wonder if I can cross his plans to do that somehow. Doesn't really look like it. Knight c4, bishop d4. It's bishop h3 at the end. Let's take. Because if he takes with the queen, I could take on e2. So that was no good for him. I'm trying to play knight c4 with tempo. Let's go here. All the same. Totally okay with the trade.
Check.
Yeah, figured you might do that. I guess I'll bring this back. Do I have anything? I'll get out of the pin. Trade knights with me. I'm okay if we trade knights. Perfectly fine by me. So if I take d3, what are you going to do? You're going to take on c4? I don't think that was a good decision by him. He'll probably take with the queen, actually. And then if I take on b2, he'll take on a6 and maybe go rook c7. That's probably his plan. Or at least what I think he'll do. Because if he plays rook takes c4 now, I can play knight takes b2, I believe. I'm a little concerned that he gets a lot of activity in this position, but for the moment, I don't know. I'm optimistic. b5. How does b5 look? b5 might be okay. I don't want to take that pawn, I decided. I think if he trades queens and brings a rook into c7, he's got a lot of activity. This is uncomfortable for him. I mean, now I'm threatening to take on b2 again, and he can't trade queens. And I want to play rook c8 next. b5 helped me because my queen is protecting c8. Okay, I thought if that move I could take on a3. Am I wrong? Or does he have queen c3? Queen c3 I can do just a knight move, right? Knight b6 or something? Maybe. He does have rook a1, but I can bail out of that. Rook b1. So he just wants my knight to move so he can play queen takes b5. Yeah, makes sense. Let's just go here and threaten rook c1. I'm okay with a queen trade. He may not want that, though. Yeah, he doesn't. We'll just defend everything. So I have my weak points, e7 and a7 defended. So that's good. Now my queen can maybe go off rating. How about that move? Possibly threatening his pawn on d5. Maybe rook c1 ideas eventually. King g7 looks good here just to make sure queen e8 doesn't come with check. h5. I think we're both playing pretty decent moves right now. I want to go after his king. I see an idea where I might be able to do that. Not sure though. Okay, I'll go here. I do have some plans. Let's go here. This might be a case of who's going to mate who faster. Or get to each other's king faster. Because he can take on a7. I have knight c4, is what I'm thinking. Rook c1's good because it stops queen a1 check. Okay, this will be fun. Now he wants to trade, yeah. Let's go check. Queen c1. No queen trade yet. Possibly queen f1 was a lot stronger. Yeah, queen f1 was much, much better. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing well now. Just want to be able to win that pawn of his. Okay, so I'm going to win his b4 pawn. This will still be a heck of a difficult position to win. Let's try to trap his rook. Take away squares from his rook. I nearly can. There's always like one place his rook can go, though.
Check. Check.
Let's try to expose this king. We're already in blitz mode.
Check.
Trying quite desperately to expose his king. It's just tough.
Check. Check.
Take
Check.
that pawn.
Check.
This is a nightmare for him to defend with
Check.
0 time.
check, check,
Yeah. If he takes on e7 at the end, I have queen f8. Okay, so I got a win at the end with the queen versus the rook and the bishop. It was pretty much a time scramble for the past minute. Just curious who this guy is. Swedish player. Raoul Sagit. ELO 2357, 2 IM norms. Okay, it's a good player. Let's see. It was an unusual line because when I play c5, he really shouldn't let me just take on d4 in the structure. Like, he should play d5. d5 is the best move. And we're going to get into like a Benko or Benoni type position. So he let me take here and then knight c6. Now, a lot of times this isn't a problem. If he has like a pawn on c4, he can easily defend this knight. But in this position, he doesn't really want to take on c6 and strengthen my structure. So therefore he retreats to b3, but now I think I have good play. And I was able to attack his c4 pawn quickly. Maybe... I'd really like a chance to go knight e5, but with his pressure on f6, he can take with either his bishop or his knight and damage my pawns. Probably he'd want to take with his bishop in this case. Although I could take with the pawn, and there's a big question mark around this pawn. How does he defend it? So I wonder if knight e5 is a good move right now. Knight g4, the engine likes. a5, what about knight e5? It says he can go knight d4 and just pitch this pawn. So if I take, he takes here, take knight f4, and I have trouble dealing with the e6 square, like if queen d7, bishop h3. So I just settled for the capture on d5, and then went knight e5. I think I'm good here. I liked my play. This does look like a good rearrangement for him to bring his bishop back from g5 and stick it on d4. Rook c8 first, the computer says. Yeah, it's maybe more flexible. With rook c8, I was always kind of leery of him playing bishop h3 to x-ray my knight to my rook. But I can just play f5 in that case, I think. So it's all good.
check,
Check. I'd say the position was, I don't know, roughly level, right around here. Pawn takes. Thought he might take with the pawn. Makes his pawn structure really ugly. I was going to play knight e5. But I suppose the activity is the most important thing for him, getting his rook into the 7th rank. And that's also why I rejected, in this position, the capture on b2. Because I didn't want to allow this. I'm only up one pawn, but it's useless, and he's probably about to get it back. And my knight is lacking squares. Like, I can't go to c4 to attack that, because he does cover it with his rook right now. So, b5 here, take. Yeah, take seems good. I thought his idea was queen c3. And then after here, go rook a1. But I guess it wasn't. And I had b4 if I needed it. Okay, and then if take here. So, he played rook b1. I dropped the knight back. He took. This is a deceptive position, and I think it's a case where my knight is better than his bishop because I have a very compact structure. I have control over the c-file, and his bishop is not a great piece. There's not many targets for it to locate. In a lot of cases, it just has to stay standing guard on d5. Yeah, now I have everything secure. Everything's defended. I do think I missed a good move, though, coming up. King g7 is useful. These are standard moves, h4, h5. This king gives our respective kings some breathing room. Like, he has access to h2. I get access to h7 if necessary. I think right around... Okay, so here I thought for a little bit, and I found queen b1. This is a good move. It keeps an eye on the b-pawn and allows me to continue with rook c1. I didn't realize that in this position, let's say I had checked first. Queen f1 is really good, I think. Isn't that just winning? Oh, no. He can take here and defend f2. Okay, so first I need to play knight c4. Like in that line.
check,
Yeah, knight c4 right away, and then queen f1. Hitting his queen with tempo. He can't go to a1 because I just take him. Yeah, so let's say queen a2, and now queen f1, threatening that pawn. That was key. I didn't go after that pawn in time. That would have just been a flat-out win. He's going to get mated. I take on f2, and then I take on g3 when his king runs to h3. So, missed that way to just end the game. And once again, rook g1, king h2, queen f1 over.
Check.
And now I actually saw that I could do that. And that's probably why he played this. But maybe it's not so bad in this case. Because if here, he can go here now because his rook is no longer on that square. And the long-range defense of this pawn is working for him. And he's attacking f7. So he took. And then I don't know if this ending is a win for black. Clearly I'm playing for the win, but even when I win as b-pawn, I don't know. I kind of think like white might be able to draw this. It's so hard. Like he doesn't have many weaknesses. I'm up 1 point of material. But to win, I'm going to have to do some pawn break or something.
Check.
I was really just mostly playing
Check.
to create some threats and
Check.
pressure him on the clock, and it worked.
Check.
I had to be kind of careful too, like because he has such a
Check.
compact position. It's not easy for me to break it down, and I don't want to fall into some random mating net too. Like here with my king on e5, it's a little precarious. Like if he moves his bishop, he'll be threatening f4 checkmate. But it does look towards the end I got the better of him.
Check.
Although I did lose my
Check.
f-pawn. I
Check.
gained a lot of time on the clock. I think the final
Check.
position is winning though.
Check. Check.
Yeah, this should
Check.
be winning. If he takes the pawn at the end, I have this check.
Check.
Alright, glad to get a win today. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. And as always, please leave me any feedback in the comments. And have a good day, guys. Talk to you later.